Welcome back to E Magazine. Now it is time for E Trends. If you're just joining us, we are looking at the trending topics in the business entertainment scene. And in studios with me is the one and only Kiwo Maole. I always don't ever want to forget your name, and he is helping me break down our conversation. We just talked about the coronavirus driving theaters making a comeback globally. Now we're just going to move on to the next conversation, where we're looking at the new regulations that the Academy has introduced. Now, the Academy of Motion Pictures, Arts and Sciences will now require films submitted to the Best Picture category to observe the new guidelines of inclusion and diversity standards, an ongoing effort to change the current conversation on diversity issues present in the Academy. Now, in quotes, the aperture must widen to reflect our diverse global population in both the creation of motion pictures and in the audiences who connect with them. The Academy is committed to playing a vital role in helping make this a reality, Academy President David Rubin and Academy CEO Don Hudson said in a statement about the new standards. Now, the new diversity standards include screen representation of at least one actor or supporting actor from an underrepresented racial group, or at least 30% of minor roles must be from those groups. For the creative leadership, other two creative leadership positions and department heads must be from underrepresented groups, or 6 other technical productions assistants must be diverse members. Now, when you hear this movement they're making, the Academy is finally making, after people have talked and complained about the non-inclusion they have of diversity in terms of the nominations, do you think they're being genuine, or they're just saying it to keep us quiet?
I think for them they're being genuine to some extent, because you know the world is a global village. So you find, like right now, even in the States, they're doing their movies in Bollywood. They go to China, Korea, to places where there is more in terms of the population. So that it also means they rake in more money. So it's also a business kind of thing which is sneaked in.
Yes.
So you're making money at the same time you're being, how do I say, you're being in a way good, or not biased. You're being good to a certain, if it's ethnicity, color, racial, or race of people.
The crowd, basically.
Yes. So if you're watching a movie, you're more prone to go watch a movie which has your own, let's say, reflection of you. If right now, like Netflix, the movie of Pocha is coming out on the 30th, I'm going to watch that movie because firstly, it's in Kenya. It has Kenyan actors. So it means I'm represented. So that's the thinking also in their own way, I think. The other thing I think is also just trying to break into the other stories in other countries. If you come and you want to do a story in Kenya and you've never had our actors in your movie, why should we participate? So I think also still it's a business kind of thing going on there.
I feel like when the conversation on there no being diversity in terms of the nominations, the blame was going to the Academy. Now I feel like with them bringing in regulations where they're telling you know, these filmmakers, you need to include this diversity in whatever film you're producing or making, this percentage, and they trying to reflect the fact they're saying it's not their fault, it's the movies that they're getting don't have that diversity. Are you having the same thought process as me on that?
I do have the same, because if I had right now, we have our own Kalasha Awards, we had our own Machakos, we have our own Riverwood Awards. They have the same politics. You find like there's some films which they won't take up, won't be represented because they feel like, oh, it's not to their par excellence or something. Same in these big awards. They have the same infights we do have because they're human. It's a system which has been created by humans. So it's prone to fault. So I can say for them it's a plus, man. It's a 50-50 going on there. Even for the black people, they have their own BET awards because they pulled away. They weren't being represented in these other like Oscars or
they started their own group.
So they started their own. So
and do you think having such regulations for the Academy opens up, because you mentioned that it's also a business angle because they get to bring in you know, cultures from Hollywood, Bollywood, Nollywood. Do you think this is an opening for, you know, Kenyans like us, for our films to be picked with such big awards?
I think for Kenya still we have a long way to go. Not in a bad way. We do have a long way to go because at the moment we are not yet there whereby we are churning out films more often. For us it's more like we're still starting.
Yes.
For Bollywood, they're halfway, almost halfway. You know, they're Bollywood. They're making money.
Bollywood. I watch
yes.
Bollywood.
Nigeria,
yeah.
They're making that thing. Uganda, they're still trying. South Africa next door, they're doing big things.
Even Tanzania is way better than us, actually.
Yeah, but in Kenya we have the best crew and the best in terms of actresses and stuff. We have people who know their stuff.
Yes.
So that's a good thing. For us, we just need for the industry to create first the foundation in order to allow us to continue to grow.
Okay.
Yes, which we are still yet to do that.
I'm definitely waiting to see your film on Netflix. That's something I'm looking forward to. Now, because of time, Kiwo, we have to pause our conversation here. But thank you so much for making time to join me